So I wanted to make this video just outlining the Gyms Group content marketing strategy using social media and video that we've been doing since 2019 and in 2023. So if you follow Gyms Group, you'll see what we do. But if you want me to explain, I'm going to explain it to you just because I think a little gets lost in regarding what we do. And I think it's really unique. And I'm happy to share with it because I just love the franchising industry and it needs to go in this area regarding B2B content and marketing. Just first of all, who am I? I'm the CMO for the Gyms Group. Since 2019, we've grown by around nets, I think 1,200 or 1,300 franchisees after being stagnant for a long time. And not me saying it, you can ask Jim, saying it's largely due to the social media and video stuff, which we do. So in regards to, this is a part of the strategy. This is not all of it. I'm not going to give all my secrets away. But basically what we do is we create a lot of long form content. Now, long form content, is, your podcast, day on the road, we'll call it day on the road, etc. So, things that are 30 to 60 minutes long. And then, in the 30, 60 minutes, the reason why I like doing that is because for one, you can repurpose it into a whole lot of other marketing assets really easily. But you can also, it's hard to hide in an hour-long podcast with a franchisee. So you get a lot of transparency. And people, if they're investing money with you, doesn't matter if it's 10 grand or 500 grand or $1 million, they're going to want to consume as much content as possible because, we obviously want people to trust us and trust what we're saying in info packs and what the salesperson is saying or the franchise or whoever. But if there's anything extra you can provide to help with transparency and trust, long form content is the way to go. And I know this because when people come to training, 100 to 120 every 3 weeks, I ask them, what did you listen to? It's all the long form stuff. And they find it really, really helpful. And that's them telling me. So really, really helpful. I highly recommend it. Doesn't matter what you're in, if you're in a site-based, if you're in a home services-based, whatever it is. So long-form podcast. Now, the key for long-form podcast is this word which you need to remember, transparency. Now, what does being transparent mean? Well, to me, it means, especially in franchising, nothing to hide. Talk about fees, talk about bad situations, paint a picture that it's not always going to be easy running a small business. We do that quite often a lot. We even talk about failure rate online. With gyms, it's anywhere between 10 to 12%, depending on the year. So we put all this stuff out there because franchising is a problem of transparency. And the reason why I like doing long form content and we do so much of it is because it adds to that extra level of it as well. We also do Facebook Live, which is even another level of transparency. We might have some angry franchisees or whoever jump on and ask questions to the gym and we answer them. So transparency, that's what I love about long form content. So what we do is we create a whole bunch of long form content assets, which we've got libraries. So we've probably got marketing assets for 20 years now with what we've done. But then what we do is we then create a whole bunch of short form content. Now, last couple of years, obviously all the platforms, whether it be TikTok, YouTube Shorts, whatever, they want to compete with, everyone wants to compete with TikTok. So they're all pushing and prioritizing short form content. So I've got Reels, which I've posted 9 months ago on our Gyms Group Facebook page that is still getting comments and had like 1 million views, all organic to this day. So they want you to, they're going to give you reach for really good short form content. So what you can do at the long form is you're going to create maybe 10 clips, all right, off your short form. You're going to use a tool like Opus Clip if you want. So if you don't have a big marketing budget, Opus Clip is fantastic. You punch in your link, it will spit out 10 clips based on using AI and the virality of it. So you're going to get a whole bunch of these clips. And then what you're going to then do is you're going to post them all at once. Don't wait. Don't schedule and go, oh, my audience, don't worry about that. Post them all at once into multiple platforms. It'll be Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, wherever you are, post them. Then the ones that do, let's say there might be 3 or 4 that do really well, better than the others, you're then going to allocate $2 a day to those, $2 for a week. My right typing is bad this time of night. $2 a day for a week. All right, so you're going to do $2 a day for a week to those clips. And then the one that does the best, you're then going to double down on. You're going to put $10, $20, $50 a day, whatever you're going to do. Because the algorithm's telling you that's the clip that we like the best, that's the clip that people like the best, and we're going to promote it. So just you put your money on that. So you got that thing, that's your evergreen piece of content that could be going around for 6 months to a year. That's just going to accrue views and just keep going into people's feeds and planting that seed up here. So when they see your other ads, it might be B-Sale, it might be Franchise Direct, or might be whatever you're using, Seek Business, Facebook ads, whatever, they might have already seen this clip somewhere as well. And then you're not being that unfamiliar because Probably a lot of franchising ads. And look, we do a lot of Facebook and secret gyms as well. And I'm a bit different in my position because people know the brand. So I don't have to establish that. But if you're an unknown brand in franchising and people don't know your brand and you're trying to sell them a franchise, like why should I? So you keep showing up in that feed. So they go, oh, geez, this brand, keeps coming up. I like it, more familiarity. It just helps with all the other stuff. So expecting your BDMs and all these business brokers to sell franchises from brands that, quite frankly, people might not have heard outside of your area, you need to try and give them some help. And this is how it gives them some help, putting that social media content in the feed, because people are consuming a lot of content in here. And you've got to get over this assumption as well that the person buying a 500 grand franchise is not on TikTok. The numbers say otherwise. It's around 8.6 million people are on TikTok. If they're not on it, then maybe their kid has it or their wife has it or their family member who sees that bit of content and then goes, hey, Darren, this looks like a good opportunity. Maybe check this thing out. And then he goes to the website and inquires. So that's how you got to look at it. Now, you're going to test and amplify. So you're testing and you're amplifying the winners. So you amplify those winners, and that's your evergreen bit of content, as I said then. And then what you're going to then do is you're going to allocate a significant amount of budget. So I did mention $30 to $40 a day, but if you can allocate more, just do it, give it a go. Keep that going on there so it helps with all your other advertising. And then what you want to do as well, just look, this is just a general point regarding the gym strategy. I don't look within the franchising industry for any content marketing ideas because, quite frankly, it's all the same stuff and it's outdated. There's modern digital media like footy clubs and stuff. You've got such a good opportunity to connect with people by having consistent daily video. And the best hires we've ever done in the gyms group was Jake, Ben, and Charles and Greg, who are our internal videographers, so we can just create content all the time. So people, when they inquire with us or even come to training, they just feel so connected with us. There's nothing, the training doesn't have to sell people anymore. Before they come to training, they're already sold. They already know what to expect. They can watch an hour or two training Gyms Ethos online, fully transparent. They can see all these interviews and stuff. So they feel as though they know us before they come to training. This is them telling us. So you can control that. It's like what footy clubs have done. A lot of footy clubs have fantastic digital media departments, and they do it, obviously it's there to sell memberships. So they want you to feel more inclined and more involved with the club and more behind the scenes. Look, so I'm going to be more inclined to buy a membership. Same thing with gyms. I treat it like a footy club. All this daily content out with all this different stuff so you can feel more connected with us so that you come in, hopefully, when you're looking at 3 franchises, brands, I hear it all the time. People say, the difference for us was you had so much video content and transparency online. So businesses, not only gyms, not only franchising, but businesses in general, this whole thing where you've got to have everything, the messaging's got to be spot on and look, the production value, all that sort of stuff. It's just, for me, there's such a lack of transparency, authenticity with a lot of businesses in regards to this because, the customer's experience might be completely different with what you're putting out online. So we try and show everything in full. We try and show the journey that sometimes it's not always that easy. There's ups and there's downs, but if you push through and you work hard and you have a good attitude, you can be really successful. And that's what the content tries to show. So that's, in a short summary, how I look at franchise marketing and just showing you a little bit what I do with the gyms group. If you do like this video, want more information, please send me a DM or any questions. I love talking about this sort of stuff. If you want to see repurposing in action as well, check out gymspodcast.com or gymsmowingpodcast.com, which I've started as well. That works. For repurposing in action, I'm going to talk about repurposing and how you can do it if you don't have that many resources. So hope you have a good night and thanks for watching the video.